One day I'm hard at work at my office. And as I'm hard at work at my office, the phone rings. Yes, that's my ringtone. Don't judge. I went ahead and answered the phone.
Hi, Tony. My name is Remain Nameless. I gave a presentation recently, which was great, by the way. You're a terrific speaker.
That's the way I like to remember it anyway. But I went ahead and asked, what can I do for you today?
Well, I work at Company X, and we need a video.
Fantastic. We produce videos. I was very excited about that. You get excited, you got a prospect on the line, you're ready to talk to them. And so I decided to go ahead and ask some of the basic questions I like to ask at the beginning of any video project, starting with, what type of video do you want to produce?
I guess one that tells people about our company.
Okay, little unsure of himself, I could tell, but, kind of sounds like an About Us video. We do a lot of About Us videos, so certainly not a problem. I then asked him, where do you plan on showing this video? What channels do you plan on using? What's like the primary channel that you want to use?
I'm not sure, but for sure we'll put it on our website.
Okay, website, that's a good start. You should put your videos at your website. That's a good place for them. But I went ahead and I asked the big question. I asked him, what's your goal for the video? What are you hoping to accomplish with this video? And I'm not going to lie, I got a really awkward silence followed by,
Just to tell more people about us?
okay, I guess that's somewhat of a goal. At this point, though, I was like, I got to back this up a little bit. I need to back it up. So I asked him, what drove you to call me today? Like, why all of a sudden did you feel like you need a video?
Well, I'll be honest. Our CEO walked into the marketing office today after seeing one of our competitors has a video on their website, and he said we needed a video.
Does this ring a bell with anybody? I see some smiles and nods around the room. Yeah, it happens. And believe it or not, I'd like to say this is the only phone call that I've ever received like this, but it isn't. It happens quite frequently. Now, it's not always the CEO has walked into the marketing office, but somebody at the company has stood up and said, let's do a video. And everybody at the company is like, yeah, let's do a video. But then that's it. Nobody really has a plan for what to do with the video. They just know they want a video or that they need a video. And that's a problem. Because these days, it's not good enough to simply produce a video. It needs to have purpose. You need to have something to do with that video. You need goals. You need to measure it. You need all these things. So it's not good enough to just produce a video. Hello, I'm Tony now. I'm the founder and chief storytelling officer at T60 Productions. We are a Milwaukee-based video production company. Started the company in Chicago, moved to Milwaukee. So about a third of our business is here in Wisconsin, about a third of our business is in the Chicago area, and then about a third of our business is all over the place. We have customers all over the country. And the reason why I point this out to you isn't a pat on the back for us. It's really to sort of demonstrate to you, look at that map. We get to work with some pretty awesome marketers from coast to coast. And because of all that experience, not only do we feel like we have a really good knowledge in how to produce just good quality video, we also have a pretty good idea what to do with it and how to have a successful video project, because there's more to it than just the actual video production. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. But before we do that, let me explain. So here's what we're doing today. Basic little layout here. We're going to talk about some video production basics. This is all pre-production work. And then we're going to get into promotion, marketing funnel, website. So really, we're talking pre-production and post-production, not the actual video production. And the great thing about this is all stuff that you as marketers can do. I mean, if you're doing a DIY project, it's all on you. But even if you're hiring a video production company, all the stuff we're going to talk about today is stuff that you can do to sort of help your video project be successful. Okay, so Now, before we get to all of this, we have to answer this question, and it's why video? I'm in a room full of marketers. I hope that I don't have to explain to you how valuable video is these days and why it's so valuable, but you might have to explain it. You might have to go to the higher-ups and say, here's why we need a video. So the higher-ups, they love them some statistics. So let's give you some stats that matter. I'm just going to give you 3 of them. 72% of people rather use a video to learn about a product or service. That's a lot. 72%. They rather watch a video than read. Next one, and this is like, you want to talk about ROI, 81% of people have been convinced to buy a product or service having watched a brand's video. They're going to love that one. You can focus on that. But quite frankly, my favorite is the last one. 85% of people say they'd like to see more video from brands. So if we're asking why video, it's because our customers, our clients, are asking for it. That's what they want. So let's give them what they want. Now, I see people writing stuff down. That's great. I'm going to give you a link to all these slides at the end. So if you miss something along the way, don't worry about it. I've got a dedicated URL just for this presentation with the slides and all sorts of bonus content. So if you miss something, don't worry about it. All right. So let's get into the basics. Now, I'm in a room full of marketers. I'm sure that you have plenty of marketing experience. And some of these things that you're going to hear, you're going to be like, whoa, when he said basic, he meant basic. And it's true, but it's important to get these out because it's an important reminder for all of us. And I'll get into that. So we're going to start with the 3 questions that you need to answer as a marketer before you ever pick up a video camera or before you ever hire a video production company. You have to be able to answer these questions. And the first one is, who's your audience? Right now you're like, yeah, super basic. I mean, we do this at the beginning of every single marketing campaign that we do, right? You have to do it before the video as well. Even if your video is a part of some greater marketing strategy that you're working on, single it out. Who is the audience for our video? And the reason why you do it is because a little thing about video production is it's kind of fun. It's kind of exciting when you get going in it. And everybody at the company, it's like somebody finds out that, you know, they're doing a video and all of a sudden everybody's up in your business. They're like, we're doing a video? We're doing it. We're going to have video? Everybody gets excited about it. All of a sudden, you know, what happens? Ego gets in the way. Now, it might not be your ego. It might be some manager's ego. Let's blame it on the manager. It's always the manager, right? You get the knock at the door, and all of a sudden some manager's in there. Hey, you know what? I need to be in our video. You get another knock. I need to get this information into our video. You get another knock at the door. Hey, you know what would be great for our video? But it's not your video. You need to set your ego aside. Your video isn't about you. Your video is about your audience. What do they care about? What do they need to see in the video? What do they want to see in the video? How is this video going to help them? It's not about you. It's about them. It's about your audience. And the great thing is, when you truly understand this, when you're going through the actual video production process and all of a sudden it's, what do we add? Excuse me. What do we add? Maybe later in the post-production, it's what do we cut from the video? This is the question that will answer everything for you. What would our audience want? What does our audience need? And that will answer just about every question you have through the video production process. That's the question you need to ask. The next thing is, what's your goal? I mean, you heard me ask during that phone call. I mean, it's obviously kind of a joke phone call or whatever, but we've had that phone call. I mean, that's actually happened. And we ask, what's your goal for the video? You would be surprised how many people cannot answer this question. They know they need a video or they want a video. They see everybody has a video. They want one too. But they don't have a real goal for it. Set a goal. I mean, even if it's, awareness. I mean, that's a little harder to track, but have some sort of a goal. And these days, I mean, there's all sorts of ways, all sorts of great goals that you can set for driving people through your marketing funnel, for driving people through your website, whatever it might be, set a goal for yourself. And then once you've set that goal, you need to figure out a way to define success. Because I don't want you just to have this random video and be like, well, we've got this great piece of content. No, no, no. We've got this great piece of content because it drove 100 people through our sales funnel and we made 30 sales and this video started the whole process. I want you to be able to say that. And we've got analytics these days that can help us tell people that story. So it can give you ROI for future video projects. Somebody steps up and says, well, we already did a video. Why do we need to do another one? Well, because that one drove 30% of our sales this year. So we think another one could drive another 30%. Oh, okay. So let's define success. All right, so those are the 3 questions you need to answer before you ever pick up a video camera, before you ever hire a video production company. Now we're going to talk about types of videos. And the great thing about this is, I mean, you are only limited to your own imagination for this. I mean, the types of videos, you can do just about anything that you feel like is going to help your business succeed. I'm going to give you 3 core videos. And I think these are great videos to get companies started. But by no means are these the end-all, be-all. These are just the 3 core videos that I like to give. The first one is the About Us video. This is the one I feel like every company truly needs. Because everybody searches you out online and goes to your website and wants to learn more about you. You want to give them a video to watch. Show them what you're all about. Don't just tell them what you're all about. Show them what you're all about. And the amazing thing about this video is if you have a good About Us video, most of the time people will watch this video before they ever get in contact with your company. This is your first impression video. You want to create a good first impression. And the About Us video can do that. And one of the things that I truly love about it is it's super versatile. You can use it in a lot of different ways. And we'll get to that as we go through. Next up, product and service videos. You've told them who you are. Now show them what you offer. What are the products and services that you offer? Produce a video on each one of those things. Now, I realize you might work at a company, you literally have hundreds of products, and so if you can't do one on every single product, I get that, but what are your core products? What are the most important ones? Do videos on those. Which ones are struggling? Maybe produce videos on those. Maybe you have product lines. Do a video on each product line. You start thinking about it strategically like that. And I mean, how important are these? You saw those statistics from a few minutes ago, right? That was pretty much all on product and service videos. People want to watch these videos, so we need to give them to them. Finally, testimonial videos. I mean, marketers, we all love us some testimonial quotes, right? We love getting those testimonial quotes. You put them into video form, now it's a real person at the other end of that testimonial that people can see and hear from. Super powerful. We'll get to kind of positioning in the funnel for some of these later. I mean, what a great way to close the deal. You've got somebody on the verge of purchasing and you give them a good testimonial video, it's validation to them. So testimonials are terrific. Okay. 3 questions, we've answered those. Gone through some types of videos. Let's talk about the actual video content. What's going to go into this video? We need to talk about it because video's a little different. I mean, we do all sorts of content marketing at T60 Productions. We're huge believers in content marketing. And, you know, I don't care whether you're creating a podcast or an infographic or you're writing a blog post that you're hoping is going to be highly ranked. I've written a ton of blog posts. What do you do to get a highly ranked blog post? You write the best post on the internet that you could possibly write for that subject. You pack it with as much information and facts and figures, and 500 words isn't good enough. We need 1,000 words, 2,000 words. Video isn't like that. Video isn't about facts and figures. Video is about emotion. We're not going after our customers' minds. We're going after their hearts. That's what video is all about. So we need to go after their hearts. And we're going to do it with storytelling. Now, I know storytelling is a big buzzword in marketing. Oh yeah, we need to do storytelling. If there was ever a single medium that you were going to use where you said, we're really going to dedicate ourselves to telling a good story, video is it. You can tell that message with words, with audio, with video. It all just goes straight to the heart. Video is the medium for storytelling. So I need all of you to be storytellers. I love the way Seth Godin puts it. I mean, Seth Godin, obviously a master marketer, he says that people connect with stories and that facts and figures and things like that, that's a battering ram. And it's hard to go after somebody's heart with a battering ram. But I mean, he's a master storyteller himself. Of course Seth Godin would feel that way. What about people who are all about facts and figures? Scientists. Scientists, their entire livelihoods are built on facts and figures, but even some of our foremost scientists understand that's not good enough. We need to be storytellers. Dr. Jane Goodall, we can never win an argument by appealing to the people's heads. It's got to be in the heart, and I use the power of storytelling. That's one of the best scientists in the world. She understands the power of storytelling. But, I mean, you don't even have to look within our world. You can look beyond our world. Tyrion Lannister, the Hand of the Queen. And I'm getting laughs and giggles from my Game of Thrones geeks out there. For everybody else who's like, who the hell is Tyrion Lannister, Game of Thrones? The very last episode of Game of Thrones, they asked Tyrion Lannister, how should we determine who sits on the Iron Throne? And what he said was, well, what unites people? Armies, gold, flags, stories. There's nothing in the world more powerful than a good story. Nothing can stop it. No enemy can defeat it. This is a man who knows things. Of course, he's also well known for saying that's what I do. I drink and I know things. So maybe we won't lean on him quite so heavily. All right, so if you're going to tell stories, you need to know where to find them. And this is something that people tend to struggle with a lot. You know, they know all the basics about their business and they know, all the finer points, but where do you come up with a good story? I mean, the first place I like to always turn is like the sales department. What are the most frequently asked questions your customers are giving your sales department? Once you find out what those questions are, look at those questions and think to yourself, do we have a story that we can tell to answer any of these questions? Something that's happened in the past. Something that we've come across. It's a great place to find stories. Your employees. Every single one of them has a story. Tell their story. It can be something directly related to work. It could be something completely separate from work. Just help people get to know the people who are working at your company. We're trying to let people on the inside, show them that this is a company full of people just like them. So tell their stories. And then finally, I mean, what makes you unique? Hopefully there is something that sets you apart from your competition. Tell that story. It's a really good one to tell. Here's your last resort. I can't tell you how many companies we've come in, we don't have a story. We're a really boring company. We're really boring. We don't have anything to tell. Accounting firm videos. 60,000. Just go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in your industry and videos, and you're going to be surprised how many you find. Now, I'm not saying copy exactly whatever videos you find in there, but hopefully it'll provide some inspiration for you. And by the way, I've done the accounting firm video, so it can be done. It can be done. Okay, so now that you have your video, you've done all your pre-production work as marketers, the video's been produced for you, you now have that shiny new video toy that you get to get out there and share with the world, and you're all excited about it, you need to promote it. And then after you've promoted it, you need to promote it some more. And then when you're sick and tired of having promoted this video so much, you need to keep promoting this video. Because, I mean, this is what happens. As soon as you get that video, you pump it out to every single channel you can possibly think of. And you should. You absolutely should do this. But then a couple of months goes by, a few months goes by, and what happens? It ends up at your website. It's the retirement home for your videos. It's the Florida of your marketing. Yeah, it just goes to our website. Now, it should. You should have your videos at your website, and we'll get to that more later. It's super valuable there, but you need to keep pumping it out. You need to keep sharing it with people over and over and over again. Just because you've seen it a million times, your customers and your prospects haven't. You never know when one of them is going to click on your video. It's not the first time you send it out. So you need to keep doing it. Why? Because you need to promote your videos, because you can have the best video in the world, but if nobody's watching, what's the point? So don't send your video to the marketing retirement home. Get it out there. Keep sharing it with people. I don't need to tell you where to do it. You're all pros. You know, these are the places you want to share your video. It's where you're doing it now. You should keep doing it. I'll point out maybe the last two, because the last two can sometimes get forgotten or be forgotten. Tell every single one of the employees, every single team member about the video that you've just produced. Ask them to share it. Now, not every one of them will. It'll drive you a little crazy that they won't do that for you. Some of them won't. That's okay. But at least allow them the opportunity to do so. Make sure they know about it. I mean, how many people have been on the other end where somebody asks you, well, where do you work? What do you do there? You know, allow them an opportunity to share a video with them so they know. And the last one might be my all-time favorite. I called a customer one day to just follow up. It was like a few months after the video project. How everybody enjoying the video? Is it going well? Are you still promoting the video? My subtle reminder to my customer. Oh yeah, you know what? We came up with a really great way to promote our video. And I said, well, how'd you do it? They said, well, we have about 500 employees at our company. And so we took a link to the video and we put it into every single one of their email signatures. I was blown away. What a great idea. 500 employees. How many emails do you think get sent out every day? Every single email is now a video promotion? That's awesome. I got off the phone with this guy. I put a link to a video in my own email signature. It's a great idea. It takes no time, very little effort, no money. It's a great promotion tactic. The marketing funnel. This is sort of along the lines of the promotion. You know, this is another area where you can be promoting it. You've got the social media and the email and all these things. The marketing funnel. I want you to include your videos in your marketing funnel. And I'm not suggesting, I mean, you can certainly do this. Okay, we've created this new video. Let's think of something that we can create to feature this video and stick it into one area of our marketing funnel, whatever it might be. You can certainly do that, but really what I want you to do is start thinking about the content that you're using for the various stages of your marketing funnel and think about, can we incorporate a video into an existing piece of content we're already using? You know, we have a landing page. Maybe if we added a video to the landing page. We have a particular blog post. Maybe we can add a video to add value to the blog post. I need you to start thinking in these terms of where you can use your videos. I mean, this is a very basic funnel. Don't get hung up if your terminology is different. You might not even use a marketing funnel. You might use the flywheel or whatever the latest trend is for, you know, how we're going to progress our customer on down to a sale. But start thinking about how are we going to incorporate video into the content we're already using in these areas. So what are some good videos for the different stages? Awareness, we're just trying to get people to know us, to introduce ourselves to them. If your leadership does thought leadership in any way, those are great videos to do in the awareness stage. A vlog, Maybe you already have a blog. Create a vlog to go along with it. Talk about a great way to sort of reuse existing content. You take a successful blog post and just turn it into a vlog, do a vlog version of it. Great stuff. You don't even have to create something new. You just need that new video of the existing content. Corporate culture, how-to videos, these are all just great ways to get people aware of us. The interest stage, webinars, case studies. I love case study videos. And then look, there's one of our core videos. The product and service videos. That is a great video for the middle of the funnel. They've become aware of you. Now you're showing them what you can offer them. That's a great place for it. We need to convert them into customers. Testimonials. I talked about it earlier. You can use testimonials just about anywhere, but this is my favorite place. Like I said, it's that validation. They're thinking about buying from you, and you validate their reasons for doing it by giving them a testimonial video. I put in their proposal videos. Does anybody need to send out proposals to earn business in any way? I see some hands going up. Have you ever put a video into a proposal? You're nodding your head yes. I'm glad to see that. If you haven't, what a great way to set yourself apart from all those other proposals that people are sending. It doesn't have to be anything complicated here. I mean, it can just be you on camera. Hey, thanks for taking the time to look at our proposal. Here's a few of the highlights that you're going to get. We really appreciate the opportunity to do business with you. And then that's it. Great way to set yourself apart. Let's go to the very bottom of the funnel here. They're already your customers. I like to call it the delight stage. We want to delight the customers that we already have to get them to keep coming back to us. It's easier to get a sale from somebody you've already sold to than to earn a new customer. So let's delight the customers we already have. What do you do with those? Well, educational courses. Maybe you've sold them a product. You can give them some additional training on it. It's some sort of a value add. I put up their fun videos. What's a fun video? I don't know. What do you do at your company that's fun? What do you do at your company that gives you a little personality or that reveals the personality of your company? What's something that all the employees look forward to? Do a video on that. We're going to try something here. Let's give it a try. You know who's really good at this? The Bucks. Usually, I, in the past, have used LeBron James, but the Bucks have been doing something that I am blown away by. Let's hope the Wi-Fi works here. The Bucks do all these amazing pre-produced videos, highlight packages, player profiles, really highly produced stuff, and yet some of their most popular videos are their pregame videos featuring the WWE stars of the Milwaukee Bucks. This is what they do before games. They're like hanging out in the hallway, ready to go play basketball, and all of a sudden a WWE wrestling match breaks out in the hallway. Poor old Robin Lopez is always the heel. He's always getting beat up by Giannis and all the other players. This is what they do. They share this with their fans before all of the games. Giannis has his own like signature wrestling move called the Cobra. Here it is, right there. He's got his own wrestling move. What does this have to do with basketball? Nothing. It's just fun. It's just fun. So pick out something at your company that you're doing that you feel like is fun and share it. I mean, that makes the Bucks so likable. Their fans eat that stuff up. There's stuff that you can do at your company that's fun. Share it with the world. Let them see it. Okay, so we got a couple of the core videos in there. I didn't see the About Us video. Where does the About Us video goes? Where does it go? Anybody? Everywhere. I agree. I think one of the things that I love most about the About Us video is you could justify putting it at any one of those stages, certainly at the top of the funnel. Any one of those stages, you can use the About Us video. It's super versatile, and that's why I love it. We'll move on to the website. I jokingly referred to this as the retirement home of your videos, but we want a retirement home with purpose. We want a retirement home with tennis courts and, with lawn bowling, and we want these videos working. We don't want them sitting in front of the TV. We want these videos working for us. So how are we going to do that? And I talked about I love case studies. We're going to get into a case study and see how one of the best does it. Anybody familiar with Andy Crestodina? I see some nods. Anybody else? Andy Crestodina? Andy Crestodina is one of the founders, and he's the CMO at Orbit Media Studios in Chicago. It is a web development and design company. And Andy has become, flat out, one of the best content marketers in the country. You go to any top marketing conference anywhere in the country, he's probably been a keynote at it because they are so good at their content marketing. And they're a web design and development firm. This is their specialty. I'm very proud that Orbit is also a customer of ours. And so a few years ago, when they decided to redesign their own website, they came to us and they said, we want to produce 4 videos. And so let's take a look at what Orbit does, because it serves as a great example for what all of us should be doing with videos on our website. And the first thing is, I talked about Andy's a master content marketer. If you're searching about anything about web design and SEO and analytics and all that stuff, you're probably going to come across him when you search. So let's say you go down Google and you search for web design and analytics. You come up with Andy's blog post, and you're scrolling through his blog post, all sorts of visuals, good information, and there's a video. He's embedded a video into the blog post. And what I love about it is it's not the exact topic of what the blog post is on, web design and analytics, but the video is how to set up subdomain tracking in Google Analytics. It's a related topic. He figures if you're reading this subject, if you're reading this blog on web design and analytics, this is something else that could help you. So he's given some added value to this blog post by adding a video. That's awesome. Why would you want to do this? Why would you want to add video to your website like this? Because all the analytics tell us that when you add video to your website or to a web page, it increases dwell time. Why do we want to increase dwell time? Because the more time somebody spends on the website, the more likely they are to buy. And so Orbit is smartly thinking to themselves, we want to give people video every step of the way through their progression through our website so that they stay on our website longer and we have a better chance at making a sale. And they've also done something else. You notice we just went to this website. First of all, this isn't a video that we produced for them. This is one of their in-house videos, one of their DIY jobs that they do. But they haven't put it at a videos page at their website. They put it right in the middle of their content. And the reason why is because we know through all the data and analytics that people do not click on the videos page at your website. If you give them a video on a page that they're already interested in, they will watch it. And they'll watch it a lot. But they're not necessarily sitting back saying, I wonder what videos Orbit Media Studios has produced. Let's find their videos page and go watch those videos. It doesn't work that way. And they know this because they follow the analytics. So you've looked through this blog post, good blog post, you've watched the video, like, I wonder about Orbit's web design services. So you click on their services, and sure enough, there's a page for web design. You click on that, and what do we have at the top of the web design page? It's one of their service videos. They have 3 core services. They had us produce a video on each one of those services and then put those videos on the corresponding pages. So if you're interested in web design, you've got a video on web design and how they do it, how they go about it. You watch the video, you read the page, you're like, I'm interested. I want to learn a little bit more about this Orbit Media Studios. So you click on their About page. There's another video. They've given you their About Us video. Did you see how they just did that? How they just walked you through their customer journey through their website, and every step of the way, they've given you a new video. That's how you layer video throughout your website. You don't put them all on some single videos page. You put them on all relevant pages that people are interested in. The basics, promotion, the marketing funnel, the website, that's video for content marketing, folks. That's how you do it. That's the blueprint. That's the blueprint that we follow. That's the blueprint that many people follow. And it's one that I would recommend for you as well. Thank you so much for having me here today. I really appreciate it. As a show of my appreciation, if you ever want to just brainstorm videos, you ever want to talk video, you have questions, whatever, don't hesitate to get in touch. No obligation here for anything. I just want to be a resource for you. Don't hesitate to send me an email, give me a call, let me know you saw me here with AMA, Northeast Wisconsin, and I'll be happy to talk with you. If you're interested in T60, T60productions.com. I highly recommend subscribing to our newsletter. All sorts of great video marketing content we pump out every single month. And then you see at the very bottom, that's the special dedicated URL just for you folks, T60productions.com/AMA-NE, Northeast, WI, Wisconsin. And there's all sorts of bonus content there, the slides, all sorts of good stuff, video examples of the core videos, so feel free to check that out. Thank you very much. Time for questions, or? I don't know, I didn't use it. Does anybody have any questions? Sure, go ahead. That's a great question. Everybody always has it. First of all, there's no right or wrong answer to this, but this is sort of my perspective on it. Where are you showing that video is what guides my answer to it. If you're if you're doing like what Orbit did and you said, you know what, we want to have service videos and about us video, we're focusing on our website, we'll use these videos in other places, but the primary location is going to be our website. You have a little bit more time to work with here because people have come to you. It's a pull situation. So I usually say 2 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood. It doesn't have to be exact, but just it gives you a number to shoot for. If it is a social media video that you are pushing out on people, then it needs to be shorter, a minute, less, something like that. Because again, you're pushing it on people. So that's kind of what I go with when I think about video length.
So you definitely made it sound like you want to use that video. Is there a time when that video does need to retire, come out of?
Sure. I mean, the biggest one that usually comes up with, and she's asking about when do you actually retire a video? Is there a time and place that you do that? A lot of times what happens is somebody leaves the company who may be a part of the video. If that happens, that's when you start getting into a tricky situation. You have to be the judge. Can we leave them in? Do we need to see if there's a way we can extract them? Do we just retire the video? Now, I would say if you're posting it on YouTube, which you should post all of your videos on YouTube just because it's the world's second largest search engine and the world's first largest search engine owns them and draws search from them as well. You want to put all of your videos on YouTube. So you don't want to lose, if you have a video that's been up there for a long time, you don't want to take it off YouTube because you don't want to lose all of the views that you've gotten from that video. So I would recommend leaving it up there, but kind of hide it. Certainly don't promote it anymore and maybe think about doing a video. It's kind of like a website in a sense. Like if you've done an About Us video, you should be refreshing your website every 2 or 3 years or something like that probably. You probably want to do your About Us video, the same thing. And certainly if a product has changed in some way or you're producing it in a different way or whatever it might be, you might want to retire that video and bring something fresh in. So, I mean, there's all sorts of different sort of ways to think about it, but that's the way I do. Yeah?
What would you recommend for putting the videos on the website? Is it better to actually host them on your website or embed a link, to
Right. Do you put it on YouTube and then embed the YouTube video, or do you host the videos yourself? Every company has kind of a different threshold on that. Like I said, I think everybody should put their videos on YouTube regardless, but it is shared media. You know, it's not technically owned by you. So a lot of companies get nervous about that, and they're like, we rather host the videos ourselves, and you know, I can't fault them for that. Again, it's one of those things where I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer. I know just personally at T60, we just use the YouTube embeds. I mean, if all of a sudden YouTube disappeared tomorrow, which what's the likelihood of that? Or you don't like the shared video or the related videos that pop up at the end, or you know, whatever it might be, then you know, that's a time, okay, maybe we'll host it. You know, maybe we'll host it ourselves. Yeah.
Do you see a trend going with video? So like the authenticity of video and storytelling? Like you mentioned a box that's like low production.
Right.
Like what about engagement on that?
My feeling is authenticity rules. I think people know the difference between a canned message and an authentic message when it's presented to them. And I think they will choose an authentic message over a canned one any day. And it doesn't necessarily need to mean anything to do with production value versus something DIY like that Bucks video or whatever. There's some truth to that, but when you speak from the heart, when you speak the truth and it's not a scripted message, that's authenticity. And so you can have a highly produced video and still deliver an authentic message. But I think authenticity rules. I mean, we saw a little while there that everybody thought the live video was going to be this, you know, huge revolutionary thing, and Facebook went all in on it and everything. And we've kind of seen that being scaled back because live video, live TV is tough. It is hard to do well. And I think that's what a lot of people kind of found out and why we've, you know, kind of scaled back from that. But I think authenticity is the key with video, absolutely. Yeah?
Going back to what we were talking about with embedding from YouTube and everything, have you experienced with Vimeo at all?
With Vimeo as opposed to YouTube or something like that?
So you don't have those related videos popping up.
Right. I mean, there's all sorts of, I mean, Vimeo is one, Vidyard is another, Wistia is another. I mean, there's all sorts of, and one of the great things about when you do use those services, like YouTube will give you some analytics as to, you know, who's watching your videos and that sort of thing. But when you actually, you know, host your video through a subscription service, Vimeo has ones that you can do for free, but they also have subscription services, or Wistia or Vidyard or anything. They give you a ton of analytics to look at, you know, down to people bail out at this exact moment of the video. And, you know, I mean, so all of that can be very valuable. So depending on how heavily you get into producing videos, that's a great way to go just because of the analytics that you get.
So you kind of touched on costs, why it's important, the sales went up 30% and all that. So when you're trying to convince your boss, what other arguments can you give?
I mean, I think that's the best one is, you know, I mean, when we produce a marketing video, we want it to drive our bottom line. I mean, that's what our goal, it's just about everybody's goal is going to be or could be. I mean, there could be other ones. I mean, there could be specific marketing goals that you're trying to reach within a particular campaign or whatever, and you can use video to demonstrate those. But I mean, if you're trying to justify to your, you know, to a higher up to pay for another video, well, the easiest argument you can give them is, you know, the last video we did earned us this much money. The video cost this. We made this much because of it. And it's hard to argue with that. You know, if you're a higher up and you're concerned about the bottom line and you have something that is helping you earn money for the company, you're going to want to keep doing it. So, I mean, I just kind of feel like that's the best one to go for if you can. It's not applicable in every single scenario. But if you can, it's a great one to use. Anybody else? Thank you so much for having me here today. I really appreciate you coming. Thank you.